Hey everyone, and welcome to your latest edition of Schmoedown 90 Canada. I am your friendly neighborhood soda, joined as always by my good friend Big Fudge Ben Rayner. How are you doing today?
Yeah, it always seems like we're always doing these things together, doesn't it?
Pretty much. That's why I said you're the heart. You're the heart of the group, and I don't know what I am. But we are here to talk a wonderful week in Schmoedown, and to be quite honest, all three matches were really, really good. Either one of them could have been match of the week.
Absolutely. And anyone could have been player of the week, too.
Right, but manager of the week, that was undisputed though. Sam is manager of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because going into the week, the usual suspects were involved in two matches, and fortunately, they ended up winning both their matches. But it didn't. While it did bring them up in the standings, it didn't surpass anybody. We will be bringing up the standings at the very end to see who is where. But let's just get into it right off the bat. The very first match of the week was a Star Wars Ultimate Schmoedown tournament match between none other than Nikki DeMolanta and Ross Arsenault, or as I will keep calling him because I think it's pretty cool, Ross from Nowhere.
Nice.
What were your thoughts going into this? Because I know Ross, this was his first match in proper in the Schmoedown, and Nikki has already played a match, correct?
Yeah, but I have to say I like seeing Nikki in there. We don't get to see her all that often, so when she gets to play, it always adds another level of fun for me.
Yeah,
So that was cool.
yeah, she's definitely a breath of fresh air, and I obviously I know who she is. I follow her on Twitter and stuff like that. Um, but and also for her interactions with the afternoons crew back in the day, but that's neither here nor there. So I didn't really know much going into it with her. I did know a little bit about Ross Arsenault just because I had talked to him for an episode we did back in January of Northern Consultations, and just kind of see where he's coming from, whatever. But overall, this was a great match. Nikki was really confident, especially when she hit her 5-pointer. You could tell how confident she is in her game, and I think that is what's going to propel her in the league.
Well, I mean, look who she has training with her. She has her partner in life, Andrew, who
Yeah,
is,
her husband, the former Star Wars champ.
yeah, I mean, what who's better than that? Maybe Alex Neyman, but
Well, right now
yeah,
it's Thomas Harper.
right.
All right, so do you have a breakdown of the rounds?
Yeah, I do. Round one, they both got perfect tens. What did you think of that?
I'm not surprised. Not surprised. I mean, pretty much that's the caliber of Star Wars players we have nowadays. Where I'm expecting a perfect. Well, not like I'm expecting like you have to do it, but I mean, I'm not surprised by a perfect round anymore.
Yeah, it is not a sign of the debate. At least for Star Wars, I think.
Agreed. Yeah. Actually,
And
not just for Star Wars. I find myself it's taken less of a shine just in general.
really,
Really,
like,
yeah. It was just because now it seems to happen like every week, whereas before it felt more like it wasn't.
it was more like a diamond in the rough before.
Yeah, and then
Meaning,
everybody started doing it. It's like kind of like the slam dunk for me. It's not as impressive anymore because everybody can do it in the league.
well, it is still really good. I mean,
Yes, this Ross had a hard as hell 5-pointer, and it was brought to my attention today when I was on Speaking of Schmoedown that even Harper said the only person who could have answered that question was Marie Wilson. That's the only
wow.
person he knew of that could have answered that question.
Wow.
Yeah.
And round two, um, Arsenal got that in Jedi and Nicky got the Force Awakens.
So when he picked The Last Jedi, I was like, don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. Yeah. And
And then you end up looking at the comment.
no, not me look at the comments. I was like, just nobody involved look at the comments because I can just imagine it
Oh,
lighting up with the whole Last Jedi. Yeah.
oh. I think that would be the more expensive Star Wars movie, right? I mean,
Oh, easily.
yeah.
Yeah, hands down. Like it kind of took the prequel's place there.
No, okay. I mean, the sequels made me appreciate the prequels a lot more.
Agreed. I'd say so. Yeah. I mean, I'm in the boat. I've never hated them, but I obviously can see their flaws, and I've made it really well known. I think there's way too much CGI, and it gives me a headache.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
nobody wanted to say no to George Lucas.
Well, nobody
Like
could
that.
say no to George Lucas. It was his money.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Ross came out on top of round two, and round three he ended up winning. Getting, I think he made his 2 and 3, but getting his 5. Is that
Yep.
right?
Uh,
Oh wait, no, he didn't. But Nick, wait, who won? Nicky won.
Nikki won the match. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, he just won everything. 17 to, okay.
Yeah.
He won anything on round 3.
Of round 3,
Yeah.
nail biter, and it's always fascinating when you come across a question that a Star Wars competitor does not know. Because you could tell they're really trying to get the wheels in motion to get the answer. Unfortunately, Ross wasn't able to pull it out. But still, for his first match in a tournament, he played really, really well. Made us Canadians proud.
Oh, he's a Canadian.
Yeah, he's from the Maritimes. He's
Oh,
from
wow.
it's either Nova Scotia or Newfoundland. Forgive me, Ross. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head.
So I mean, you guys were cheering for him. You
Oh,
win.
of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I know I was.
So, yeah, that was maybe first match. Overall thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? Demi's a breath of fresh air. She fits perfectly on the Mercs, if I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to see where they go, and I know this isn't the last time we're going to see Ross. Which is it's gonna be interesting next year when they go pare down the amount of roster players and stuff like that. But I think if somebody gives him a chance, I think he could be a threat in the league.
Oh, definitely. Do you see him sticking with the same faction, or do you see him anywhere
I don't
else?
see him sticking with the faction because it's basically like a trade deadline, like last minute wire type thing. I don't know who I would put him with, but I cannot see him returning to the Den next year. But who knows?
Yeah,
Who
I
knows?
mean, according to Hall everything's going to change up next season.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild off season this year. That's for damn sure. Yeah, but I know there are a few rookies that they're not going anywhere. One of them we're going to be talking about in a bit.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, the next match we have Mike KO with Cole Walker Hauser. What are your overall thoughts on this one?
So this one was interesting because in my head I'm like, okay, Kalinowski is going to win. But then as the match kept going, it was like, could we see Kalinowski knocked out early again? Because honestly, Paul Walter Hauser could have done it. But in the end, it's Mike Kalinowski who takes out the victory and gives Corruption another couple points in the standings. But Paul Walter Hauser, he's one of those ones where once he gets the gameplay down, he would be unstoppable. Because you can tell he's got the knowledge already.
Oh, I agree. What do you think of his character work?
I don't know much about him personally to know what his character work, but I like that he was given, shots at Mike, like the one where he oh god, what I said it I knew what it was this morning when I was on speaking of Schmoedown. But he pretty much told him don't choke on your lollipop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't quite remember specifically what it was, but I mean his comebacks towards Mike were pretty good. You can tell that he's not afraid to go toe to toe when it comes to the smack talk.
And I think that really helps in this league. I think because especially in a match like the third one we're going to talk about, when you get up to a certain competitor,
Yeah.
you have to stay at that competitor's that would be stay out of your own head at the time.
Yeah, agreed. Because like a competitor like KO, and then as we're gonna talk about in a bit, a competitor like Bateman, like they're champs. There's a reason why they've won the titles they've won. And I think they are a good measuring stick in the league when you're playing against them. But at the end of the day, it really was a pick 'em. It could have been either Mike or Paul Walter Hauser to come out of this.
And then keep down to that 5-pointer again, I think, isn't it?
All three of these matches came down to the final question.
And you gotta love that. You gotta love matches like that. So round one happens. They both get perfect. When Paul Walter Hauser got the bonus, Mike did it.
Yeah, I agree with Brian on this. These are the two best rookies to go 0-2. It was just a matter of they went up against the wrong person at the wrong time. But yeah, their record could easily be flipped 2-0.
Well, there's that decision for that, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, Paul got his bonus. So round two happens. Paul Walter Hauser got resolution film, and KO got the 1980.
I'm not surprised Paul Walter Hauser went for wrestlers in film because I follow him on Twitter and he's as big, if not bigger, wrestling fan than I am, and I'm a big wrestling fan. So I'm not shocked that he went for it.
And it worked for him. He ended the round with 16. KO ended the round with 14.
Yeah.
And then round three happens. KO got all his points, and Paul only got his 5-pointer. Is that right? Yeah.
No, I think he missed his 5-pointer.
Oh, okay. So he got
because he was in the lead going in, so he would have answered his 5-pointer last. He missed his 5-pointer.
Right. Okay. My bad. What are your thoughts on round three?
Yeah, he's right. Martin's right. Mike pulled a Stacy. Like he guessed that. I can't remember which question it was, but he pulled an answer out of his ass that really saved his day. I don't really have much more to say on this match. Like, I mean, Paul Walter Hauser has a future in this league if he chooses to continue, but yeah, his 5-pointer was really, really, really hard.
Yeah, I mean, damn. I don't think I would have known that at all. But that's why we're not paying the big bucks, right?
Pretty much. No matter how much people are trying to get me to compete, yeah, there's no way I'm winning.
I think the Outlaw Nation Patreon is where my limit is.
Yeah, and this is I brought it up. This is Paul Walter Hauser's 5-point question. Julia Roberts stars in what 2000 Steven Soderbergh film, which follows a day in the life of some Hollywood players before a birthday party? The only movies I knew about going into this that Soderbergh and Julia Roberts did together were the Ocean's movies. Right. I didn't realize they did other movies together.
What movie was it?
Full Frontal.
Oh,
the movie I'd never heard of.
Me neither. Okay.
Yeah. I like
the title. I like the title.
Yeah, and I probably no nudity in there, which is why would you call that? I don't know. I don't know.
So we're going to the last match,
which is the match of the week.
Yeah. What are your overall thoughts going into this match?
I'm a Paige guy through and through, which is weird to say because I'm a Canucks fan. She's a Bruins fan. We have that history for the 2011 Stanley Cup Finals. No, I'm really happy for her because I want to see her succeed in that. She's got a great outlook on the game, great personality. She's a great addition. And if I'm going to be so bold, I could see her having an impact, maybe not as great, but definitely similar to Clark Wolf and a Rachel Cushing when it comes to impact on the game. I really do. She's got something special about her.
You see her on the same level as Marisol?
Not quite, because Marisol's the champ. But okay, let me put it this way. we were all praising about how good Marisol was last year as a rookie. I would put Paige in the same category as Marisol from last year.
I could, if everything goes right, I could see Paige versus Marisol in the spectacular this year.
Me too. I seriously think it could happen. And with the crew that's backing up Paige, you've got her tag partner. I keep calling it tag, even though there's no tags. Her team partner, Drew McQueenie, and she's managed by the other half of Above the Line, right there. And then she's got various champs to pull from to help and what have you. I think she's onto something really good here, and I'm happy to see the progression. And this is the first time I've ever done this because these matches drop while I'm at work. So I never, ever, ever stop what I'm doing and take a look at something. I did yesterday because once these guys started going into like, oh my God, what a match. I was like, okay, I had to hop on the YouTube stream real quick. I watched the 2 5-pointers. And when Paige was announced the winner, I couldn't help but just fist pump. I was so happy.
And you know what? He went toe to toe with Bateman on like comebacks. They were equally slapping at each other.
Well, yeah, exactly. In comebacks and in tactics. And I asked her this on Speaking of Schmoedown. I said, okay, when it came to your 5-pointer, you knew Monsters right or University right away. She's like, maybe I did. I'm like, I've done it in a game. I can see that look in someone's eyes. You totally knew that answer.
Well, round one happens, and they move, and the round is 7 points.
Yeah, they each missed a question.
Round two happens. She goes first. She gets David Fincher. And the challenge happens. Because the question was, where did Tyler and what is the character's name?
Where his character name is the narrator. Where did the Tyler and the where did the Tyler and the narrator hold on. I've got the thing right here. I'll bring it up. I think this is why timestamps are actually a good thing.
Yeah, me too.
But actually, we did have a discussion on this on this earlier. Now, of course, an ad has to pop up. You son of a bitch. Live TV, folks, bear with me. I really should pay for no ads.
Yeah. You know, me. Well, we'll talk after.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I've got the question. In Fight Club, we see the narrator and Tyler Durden first meet in what type of location? Technically, Paige wasn't wrong. And when I actually went and looked at the plot summary, it says they met on a flight. So in that sense, airplane, you have to say airplane. Now, if the airplane was docked, maybe might have been able to get away with it.
Even though I'm a Paige fan and I was rooting for her, the airplane is the right answer. Airport is wrong. What do you think of the challenge itself, though? Do you agree with it?
No, it's very valid. Like, because they're on an airplane, which is in mid-flight. It's the right challenge to go for it. Now, people are discussing like whether the result of the challenge was warranted. I think it's the only fair thing to do because I think this is one of those situations where no matter what you would have done, nobody would have been happy about it. So I think the fair thing to do was what they did, which was give Bateman a blank question for him to steal. I'm perfectly cool with that. I do like his lines like, now do I get 4 points now that I stole twice?
And that's the perfect heel thing to say at the end of that. Yeah.
No, I 100% agree with the challenge. And there was another one earlier where it was the Godfather question, where what crime series stars Andy Garcia, Robert De Niro, and Robert Duvall? And Paige wrote down The Godfather Part 3, which I'm glad she didn't get right because they should have given that to her because only one of those 3 actors was in The Godfather Part 3.
Yeah.
Andy Garcia.
Right.
Played Vincent Corleone.
But, okay, and the boss got coming of age movies. Anything else stand out in this round to you?
I think I think he should have gone with a different slice, personally.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and Brian brings this up. Most people called this an upset. I don't see it because some people wanted Paige to win. Well, here's the thing. It's an upset because it's Mike Kalinowski, who is a multiple-time Inner Geekdom champion, a multiple-time tag champion. Paige is a rookie. Now, yes, a lot of people wanted Paige to go in and win, myself included. But that doesn't necessarily automatically cancel it out as an upset. It's the odds. The odds were against Paige in this, not as big as they normally would have been, but the odds still were. However, that's saying, I still think it's not as big as upset as Perry last year.
I'm thinking.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because with Perry, very few people.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I think the Perry upset was bigger. And
Yeah,
you're right, Brian.
because
Paige didn't play KO, but I mean, still, it's still an upset.
Paige has been on the wall.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, Perry was KO. That was one of two matches she really came back in, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I would agree with that.
I say this is an upset, but it's not the biggest upset we've seen.
I would say top 5. Would that make sense?
Yeah, it would. It would.
So round 3 happens, and Paige got her 2, 3, and 5.
Yep.
And Bateman got his, what did he get? His 3 and 5? Or 2 and 5?
Got it right here. Stupid ads. Every time I'm clicking, I'm always hitting on Paige's stuff. But yes, Bateman also did get hit all 3.
Oh. Okay.
But it's funny. We were talking about this. Paige definitely got into Bateman's head.
Really?
Think about it. When was the last time you ever saw Ben Bateman with such conviction go say his answer that quick?
Right. I never remember him doing that.
He's never done it.
Wow.
I think she got into, like, he could say all she wants, but I do think she might have rattled the cage on him a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she wins. She gets to go to the next round, and Bateman is done for the season, right?
Bateman is done for, no, they're still playing each other. He's done singles-wise. He still has at least one more match, round 1 of the team's tournament, Danger Zone versus the Untouchables, the team of Drew McQueen.
Oh my God.
Like, of course. You think Paige has Ben's number? Because it's funny, she has been calling him out since her audition.
So, okay, now play this out. Who wins that match?
Now, you see, okay, history would dictate Danger Zone because it's Dan F. and Merle. But I think Paige has the momentum on her side, and I think McQueenie has something to prove.
Yeah.
They're the team going in it with the chip on their shoulder, and usually those people are the more dangerous.
Okay, but I wonder if they filmed this match already, because if they haven't, Ben would be angry, and he would be motivated to win.
From the impression I got today, it sounds like it's the next thing up to be filmed.
Okay.
We were asking her about like who she wants, like about that, like, you know, where's your focus at, whatever. She's like, well, I still have a little bit of ways to go before I tape my next singles match, so I can focus on teams. So I got a feeling we're still a little bit of ways away from that filming of that.
Okay. So I wanted to the Untouchables win, but yeah, it's going to be It's going to be a good match.
It's
Whoever
going to be a good
wins.
match because, as Brian put in the comments, Drew is one of the best team players. He really is. He, as much as everybody says, like he's obviously very knowledgeable and stuff. I think he belongs in the teams. I think the days of him as a singles player might be over because, to be honest, he hasn't really impressed that much in singles.
No, he hasn't. When did he last win in singles? Do we remember?
That's what I got the spare screen for. Just gave me uno momento.
Awesome.
Not Demi. No. Oh, seriously, knock that off, you damn page. If you go to click on it, all of a sudden a pop-up comes and scrolls everything down. I hate it when web pages do that.
Yeah, me too.
Whoa. Match history. Well, he did beat Barbarian this year.
Okay.
But okay. His last singles win was in March of 2018.
Oh shit.
Against Bibbs. After that, he lost in the free-for-all. Well, duh. He lost to Ethan Irwin, lost to Mark Andreyko, lost to Mark Riley, lost to Lon earlier this year. Then he beats Barbarian, and then he loses to Ty in the tournament.
Yeah, yeah, he can concentrate on the teams.
Yeah.
That match is going to be really fun to watch.
Of course it is. Now we've got the built-in rivalry with Paige and Bateman to go on.
Yeah. I wonder if Paige was around that season and Bateman was still looking for a partner. Could you see them teaming up together?
I could. In another world, I think I could, because I think their personalities actually would work well together in terms of trash talk and what have you. I could have seen it happening, but I don't think it would have happened.
No, yeah, man, that would be what I think that would be the trashiest talking team ever in Schmoedown history.
I don't know. I think Team Action still has that title.
Yeah. I think it would have been close though.
It would have been. I think
it could have been done. Oh, God.
I just want to say, how natural does Andrew Guy look at the desk?
Oh, he's great.
He belongs.
Hmm?
He belongs behind the desk. Like I don't mean like, oh, he should stay there. No, I mean like he's found a place, something in the Schmoedown that he could really, really excel at.
I'm just curious, and I'm wondering what you would say.
And let's not forget this. Drew did call Bateman out during free agency, so they both have a thing to grind with him.
Yep. I am curious. Do you think once we get back in the studio, do you think Drew will stay me on the desk, or do you think he'll go in the league again?
With the amount of roster spots getting reduced, I think he stays on the desk.
Yeah,
He's fun to watch as a competitor,
and
he's fun to watch as a competitor. And I'm actually I really want to see what the hell happened with that Shmo Minotti storyline. That's been a while.
Do you think we'll ever get that?
I think we will. I think it's spectacular because I think we will finally. But no, I as much as I enjoyed Guy as a player, I think he's way better as an announcer.
It's really kind of weird. I don't know if this has happened yet before this match. For him to be calling Bateman's match.
I think it might have been the first. Yeah.
That was really weird to see.
It was, but it was kind of nice to see them on screen together in the Schmoedown again.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Now,
so what do we have to look forward to?
For next week?
Well, I mean, in general.
Well, I do want to bring up the standings now because I did actually save them onto here. So these are the current standings right now. You have Corruption with a 3-point lead over the Dungeon. Quirky Mercs are still in the third. And while the usual suspects did pick up 2 wins this week, they are still in fourth, trailing the Quirky Mercs by 2. The Finsock Exchange now, they had a great start to the season, but what happened?
Yeah, what happened with them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the Den, and then Swag, which I'm shocked after the year they had last year.
Yeah.
Stars.
Yeah. Can we talk about the stars for a second?
Of course.
What happened with them? And naming those team players left?
Possibly. Roxy has not had the best time this year when it comes to with her team. Hi, Taco.
Hey, Taco.
Yeah, she's been snake bitten this year when it comes to that, because
Here's the
started the year
thing.
with the team champs, and now they're both retired.
Here's the thing. She put all her eggs in one basket
Yeah.
for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I think do you think Janine, the machine, do you think she can take that spot? Like, do you think she'll become like a lead force on that faction?
Who, Janine? I think she
Yeah.
could. I think any of them could. Yeah.
I'm
I
just
think any of
wondering.
them could.
I'm just wondering who Roxy is going to go after next year.
Well, that's the thing. Like, she's definitely going to have to rethink her strategy now. For sure.
Maybe she goes after Paige.
Who knows? Maybe they have the Boston connection.
That would be fun. Are you kidding? The amount of both of those two.
Oh, Roxy let out her inner Bostonian.
And get somebody like Shannon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It would be stuff for the ages. But there was a major thing that happened this week.
Yeah.
And that was none other than the OG character of the Schmoedown, the one who laid the foundation for what we see now. John the Outlaw Roca announced that at the end of the season, he is going to be riding off into the sunset. But he said he wants one last ride, and he went after Christian Harloff, which is interesting because I don't see Harloff coming out of retirement for one match. Do you?
That's spectacular. Like, remember like an exhibition match? Like a Rocky match, maybe?
Yeah.
But no, that's spectacular.
Christian does not have the time to study.
No.
Does not have the time to study. Now, what I would, there's a few things we could do here. Like, obviously, depending, this is more likely, actually.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that one is more than likely. But back to Roca, like, there are several situations, several different matchups I can see happening. Like, my personal favorite one I finally want to see before it's all said and done, Roca Mance 3.
Yeah, you were saying that before the show, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That I would bring Mance out of retirement for. The likeliest one, depending on how well he does in the singles tournament, is Merle Roca because of the storyline buildup behind it.
Right. Do you think any shot is Bateman?
It could also be truly, could also be Bateman. I could see that happening. That actually would be kind of fun. Bring back the old Bateman. The team action Bateman when it comes to attitude. But there's also another Roca versus Snyder, maybe, but I got the feeling that Snyder didn't want the Grand Picture as a farewell. I think he just was ready to walk away.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But then the other scenario I could see, if you're looking at it from a wrestling standpoint, traditionally when a wrestler is getting ready to retire, especially with a big name like John Roca. Now remember, I know that Schmoedown is not like wrestling where it's played out and what have you, but it is generally tradition for the old dog to go out and against an up and coming star and lose the match. So I could see that potentially happening. Not to lose the match part, but I could definitely see Roca going up against a rookie as a passing of the torch, saying it's your time now.
Okay, let's play around with this for a minute. Who would you put him against?
Well, right now, the likeliest one, depending on how she does in the tournament, is Paige.
I think she went for a tournament, and I think she's already playing out the spectacular.
No, me too. Me too. But I mean, I'm just saying, like right now, the logical one to pass that torch to would be Paige.
Oh, agree,
Um,
but I'm not saying she's busy because she had another match that day.
yeah. No, she's not going to do two matches at once. I'm just saying, like in that scenario, she's the most
No,
likely. But I mean, you could easily plug. It doesn't have to be a rookie from this year. It could be another up and coming star too,
okay.
like a Marisol. Well, no, Marisol will still be champ. Like that.
Collins, for that rematch.
Yeah, possibly Collins. Or maybe just for shits and giggles, a Josh Horowitz or somebody you could tell has got a future in the league.
What if it is Vancouver?
No. Ruka would slaughter Makuga.
I know he wanted to go out on top. What midway?
No offense, I can think of a lot of better ways than going out against Makuga. That's a novelty match. That's what that is. That's not a retirement match.
Okay.
It would, don't get me wrong, it would be fun, but no. Now here's a possibility, because even though they're on the same faction, Roka versus Griffey Nooms. It's your time to lead the faction now, kid.
What covers that Griffey Nooms? Who's the other one? Rick Ranger.
I love the Rager. I don't think he's on a Griffey Nooms level.
Okay.
I'm still convinced the Rager is the bastard love child of Tom Dagnino. But I mean, the age checks out. I'm just saying.
Tom Dagnino and Tiffany Smith. There you go.
Or possibly this one is too. Possibly Barbarian, since he helped with the dossier. Now there's the one where it's like now another one where it could be it's your time now. And I think that would be a great match. Bragging rights.
It would be good, but can we really put the Barbarian in the same class? I mean, I know he's been around less than Roka, but it feels like he's been around for a few years already.
I think this is his third year.
Roka versus Riley.
Now, see, that is actually another logical one. Give both of them their right off into the sunset.
Right, because they came into this thing together, let them leave together.
No, Riley was there from day one. Roka came in season 2. Well, I guess, yeah. Okay. Semantics. I know. I know. That actually would be a great one. Give Riley one more shot to prove that he still got it. But I also think Riley is done after this year.
Oh, yeah. Here's a question.
Yes, please. I want to see the return of Finn Draco.
Here's a question. A three-way. Walker, Riley, Murrow, one last match together.
That was a great triple threat. Yeah, I mean, hell, that's the thing. There's so many juicy possibilities for Roka to go out on that I wouldn't be upset with any of them, to be honest.
Wait a minute. I might be wrong.
Bibbs?
No. Sam. Did Walker ever meet Sam?
Uno momento. Stupid pop-ups. I'm really sick and tired of pop-ups. Leo Logan, if you're watching, do something about it. It's your channel. Your page, I mean. Sam Levine. I'm gonna kill whoever runs the Collider or the fandom wiki. I don't care about design for employers, folks. Yes, Sam Levine beat John Roca in the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament in 2017, the year he won.
Sam beat Walker, but Walker never beat Sam.
Roca's never beat Sam. Now that would be fun.
That would be a great that would be a great out for Roca.
Or have a 4-way match and have Roca enter fourth. That's something that's going to follow him for the rest of his days.
Well, nobody. Why would? Yeah.
Yeah, no, Levine beat Roca in the second round in the quarterfinals of that 2017 tournament.
That would be a fun match.
That would be.
Would
Do
be
you think
fun.
Sam would do it?
For the right, I don't know what it would take.
But there's no way you can do it for standing points. There's no way.
No. Maybe for drop spot.
Oh, maybe make it interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got an interesting head year coming up. That's for sure. More of the Schmoedown singles tournament. We've got the teams tournament coming up. We're in the Star Wars tournament. We've also got the Inner Geekdom tournament coming up. We are in an abundance of riches here, folks. Just enjoy the ride while it lasts, because we're not going to get as much good stuff next year for sure, because we know that the schedule is going to be pared down. Thank you, Christian, for doing that. Maybe we'll get some more people back on our channel. No, I'm kidding.
I'm in the middle, huh?
That was a little bit of shade thrown at my friends, but they know I'm joking, because honestly, I was off the channel for a while myself, off this show.
You may even watch the show when they're not on.
Dude, I don't even watch the show when I'm not on. I don't think any of us do. That's me just because I'm not. It's the whole imposter syndrome thing. Like, I don't like seeing myself on screen. I don't like hearing the sound of my own voice, and I feel like I see myself. I'm like, what's this fat ass doing up on the screen?
Me too. I hate the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, I hear. Yeah, don't get me started on that. But anyways, Ben, where can everybody find you?
Find me at my Twitter at Ben_Rainy every Thursday with Matt.
Close.
Matt Lee on Shooting the Breeze every Saturday on Get Ready, and Matt Schmoedown, the Showdown show where we go into players' careers, and every Monday on recapping the past. And I might be starting something new coming up in addition to everything else. So keep an eye out for that.
Yes, keep an eye out for that. And spoilers, Ben and I will not be doing that.
We're not
We'll
yet.
be involved tangentially, but you won't see us on screen all that much. And as for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can find me on pretty much every goddamn show on this channel. You can find me most nights at this time producing Let's Talk About Star Wars, but we are in one of our hiatuses for the rest of the year. We will be back in 2 weeks on October 9th, I think, is the next show. So definitely check out for that. Don't forget to go back and watch what ended up being the two-parter, because someone is an idiot, of the all-night taco stand, where Taco, while trying to stay awake for his upcoming night shift, pulled an all-nighter. And from the sounds of it, the whole thing was a hoot. The whole thing was a hoot nanny. And you get to see a very stoned Soda screw up and accidentally cut the stream short. Yeah, good times. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like all the videos on this channel. And we will see you next week on another edition of Schmoedown Night in Canada. So folks, stay safe and stay sweaty.